Good morning, dear prosperous soul. This is a sacred morning, and this is not an ordinary moment. Before the world becomes noisy, before the demands of the day begin to pull at your attention, before fear has a chance to speak, you have been given a divine opportunity. You have opened your eyes into a new day, and the first words you speak today can become the spiritual pattern of everything that follows. So pause with me now. Breathe in deeply. Let the breath enter your body as peace. Let it leave your body as fear. Again, breathe in. Receive the calm certainty that you are guided. And breathe out. Release every anxious thought about money, bills, work, debt, delay, lack, or uncertainty. One more time. Breathe in. And silently say within yourself, Divine intelligence is guiding me now. Breathe out and say, The way is being made clear before me. Dear one, the morning carries a special power. The mind is softer in the early hours. The heart is more open. The soul is more receptive. Before the day has fully formed, your words begin to form the atmosphere around you. Your first thoughts become seeds. Your first emotions become signals. Your first declarations become instructions to the unseen. This is why the wise have always honored the morning. The psalmist said, In the morning, Lord, you hear my voice, and there is a spiritual truth hidden in that sacred rhythm. In the morning, before fear has gained momentum, before old habits have dressed themselves as reality, you may speak the word of faith and set divine order in motion. You are not here to beg for prosperity. You are not here to plead with life as though you were forgotten. You are not here to ask the universe for crumbs while abundance passes by your door. You are here to remember who you are. You are here to speak as one who has been given authority, guidance, intuition, and the power of the word. For the power to create wealth is not merely outside you. It begins first as consciousness. It begins as expectation. It begins as a spiritual agreement with good. It begins when you stop saying, I hope life will help me, and begin declaring, divine order is working through me, for me, and around me now. Say softly, I am not separate from my good. Again, I am not separate from my good. Let those words settle. You are not outside the blessing. You are not standing far away from the door of abundance. You are not waiting for permission to live well. Breathe freely, give generously, and receive gracefully. You are a child of God. You are an expression of divine life. You are a channel through which good may flow. This morning marks a turning point. Not because the outer world has suddenly changed, but because you are choosing to change the inner command. You are no longer allowing fear to name your life. You are no longer allowing old family stories, old disappointments, old debts, old failures, or old words to decide what is possible for you. Today you begin again. Today your words become clean. Today your faith becomes steady. Today your relationship with abundance begins to heal. Now place your right hand gently over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of life within you. This rhythm is not poor. It is not frightened. It is not defeated. It is not late. It is not abandoned. It is the rhythm of life itself, moving through you, sustaining you, guiding you, renewing you. Say with calm authority, I am guided by divine intelligence. My words are filled with power and peace. Divine order now governs every part of my life. I speak only the word of faith, abundance, and right action. The way is made clear before me. Now, listen carefully. There is a great difference between wishing and decreeing. A wish often carries uncertainty. A wish says, maybe. A wish says, if only. A wish says, I hope something happens. But a decree, spoken from faith, carries spiritual authority. A decree does not struggle. A decree does not argue with fear. A decree does not negotiate with lack. A decree stands in the consciousness of divine order and speaks from the end, not from the problem. You do not say, I hope I will have enough. You say, divine supply is active in my life now. You do not say, I am afraid there will not be enough. You say, God is my unfailing source, and every channel of supply is now opened. You do not say, "Nothing ever works for me." You say, "Right doors open, right people appear, right action is revealed, right supply comes in perfect ways." Feel the difference. The first language belongs to fear. The second language belongs to faith. The first language repeats the old pattern. The second language establishes a new order. And this morning, dear one, you are establishing a new order. You are not trying to force life. You are aligning with it. You are not trying to control every detail. You are allowing divine intelligence to arrange the details in ways wiser than your anxious mind could invent. There is a prosperity that comes through pushing, grasping, and fear. But there is another prosperity that comes through divine order. It comes quietly, surely, beautifully. It comes through an inspired idea. It comes through an unexpected call. It comes through a door you thought was closed. It comes through a person you were guided to meet. It comes through a new opportunity, a forgotten resource, a sudden solution, a generous gift, a paid invoice, a debt resolved, a creative idea, or a peaceful inner instruction that says, "Go this way." This is why intuition is so important. Your intuition is not random. It is often the whisper of divine intelligence within you. It may come as a calm nudge. It may come as a sudden knowing. It may come as the feeling to call someone, write something, apply for something, forgive someone, release something, or take one simple step. The prosperous soul listens. The prosperous soul does not live by panic. The prosperous soul does not chase every noise. The prosperous soul becomes quiet enough to hear the next right action. Say now, "I am divinely guided in all my affairs. I recognize the right idea. I recognize the right opportunity. I recognize the right door. I move only under divine direction. And what is mine by divine right cannot be kept from me." Now I want you to imagine a woman named Miriam. She represents many souls who come to the edge of despair and believe life has no more open doors. She was a widow, carrying debt, fear, responsibility, and the heavy burden of believing poverty had followed her family for generations. Her children needed food. Her home was at risk. Her strength was nearly gone. She did not need another lecture on effort. She needed a new word. She needed to stop agreeing with the story of lack. She needed to rise every morning and speak from her divine identity before the world could remind her of her circumstances. And so she began. Every morning, before panic entered the room, she placed her hand over her heart and declared, "Divine supply is multiplying in my life now. Money comes to me under grace in perfect ways. I am guided, provided for, and protected. My good cannot be delayed. The way is open." At first, nothing outside seemed different, but something inside began to shift. Her shoulders softened, her breath deepened, her mind became clearer. She stopped repeating, "I am ruined," and began repeating, "Divine order is working now." She stopped seeing herself as a victim of poverty and began seeing herself as a woman under spiritual law, capable of receiving direction, supply, and restoration. And then, the outer world began to answer the inner change. An unexpected message arrived. A forgotten connection returned. A door opened that she could not have forced open by fear. Provision came in a way she had never planned. And more important than the money itself was the transformation of her consciousness. She no longer saw abundance as something outside her. She understood that prosperity first had to be awakened within. Dear one, this is the lesson. Your outer life often follows the command of your inner speech. If you repeatedly say, "I am stuck," your mind looks for evidence of being stuck. If you repeatedly say, "There is no way," your imagination closes the doors before divine intelligence can show them to you. But when you say, "The way is being made," something in you begins to look for the way. When you say, "I am guided," your intuition becomes sharper. When you say, "Divine supply is active," your heart becomes receptive. When you say, "I am available for right action," your steps become ordered. So now, before we go further, Declare with me, my transformation begins today. Say it again. My transformation begins today. Again, with faith. My transformation begins today. And if this word feels true in your spirit, write in the comments. My transformation begins today. Not as a superstition, not as empty repetition, but as a public agreement with the new consciousness you are choosing. This is your morning of return. You are returning to faith. You are returning to right words. You are returning to the truth that life is not against you. Divine order is working. Your good is seeking you as surely as you are seeking it. And from this moment forward, you will speak as one who is guided, provided for, strengthened, and blessed. Now that your prosperous consciousness has begun to awaken, we must speak of your true identity, because no prayer for abundance can be complete while you secretly believe you are unworthy of receiving. No declaration can take root if beneath the words you are still whispering, "Not for me." So let us correct the hidden belief. You are not a beggar in the universe. You are not an accident. You are not a forgotten soul trying to survive in a hostile world. You are made in the image and likeness of divine life. You carry within you the capacity for wisdom, creation, love, order, beauty, and increase. You have the power to choose your words, direct your attention, follow intuition, bless your circumstances, and call forth new patterns through faith. This does not mean you control everything by force. It means you cooperate with spiritual law. A farmer does not force the seed to grow. He places it in the right soil, gives it water, protects it, and trusts the law of growth. In the same way, you do not force abundance by panic. You plant the word. You water it with faith. You protect it from fear. You act when guided. You give thanks before the harvest appears. That is spiritual law in practice. Place both hands over your heart now. Sigh, I am worthy of the good that God has prepared for me. I am willing to receive in right and perfect ways. I release the habit of fear. I release the habit of apology. I release the belief that struggle makes me holy. I receive with gratitude, and I give with wisdom. For many people, especially women, the idea of receiving abundantly has been wrapped in guilt. They were taught to be small, to need less, to desire less, to ask less, to expect less. They were praised for self-denial but never taught how to receive without shame. But lack is not spirituality. Fear is not humility. Rejecting good does not make you holy. True abundance, rightly understood, is not greed. It is divine flow. It is the movement of good through a receptive life. It is having enough to live freely, give generously, create beautifully, serve wisely, and answer the call placed within your soul. Money itself is not your master. Money is not your source. Money is not your security. God is your source. Divine intelligence is your guidance. Spiritual law is your foundation. Money is simply one form through which supply may appear. It is energy in circulation. It is a servant. It is a means through which homes are sheltered, children are fed, missions are supported, businesses are built, gifts are shared, and good works are multiplied. So today, you are going to heal your relationship with money, not by worshiping it, not by fearing it, not by chasing it desperately, but by putting it in divine order. Sigh, money is not my source. God is my source. Money is one channel of divine supply. I welcome money as a servant of good. I use it wisely, lovingly, and gratefully. Now breathe. There may be old feelings rising in you, memories of unpaid bills, fear from childhood, arguments about money, religious guilt, family patterns, shame about debt, anger over loss, disappointment from promises that failed. Let them rise gently and let them pass. You do not have to fight them. You only have to stop feeding them with your words. Sigh, I forgive myself for every fearful word I have spoken about money. I forgive my family for the fear they carried. I forgive the past for what it could not teach me. I now choose a new relationship with divine supply. Dear money, I no longer fear you. I no longer reject you. I no longer call you evil. I place you in divine order. You are a tool for blessing, freedom, service, and right action. You come to me under grace, in honest, peaceful, and perfect ways. Let those words settle. Feel the difference in your body when you stop treating money as an enemy. Fear tightens the chest. Gratitude opens it. Resentment pushes good away. Blessing makes you receptive. When you bless money, you stop making it a battlefield. You stop giving it the power to define your worth. You stop chasing it as though it were your God. You calmly allow it to serve the divine pattern of your life. Now place your hands gently on your forehead. This represents the mind. The mind must be cleansed of old instructions. Sigh. My mind is renewed this morning. Every belief in lack is dissolved. Every inherited fear is released. Every false word spoken over my prosperity is canceled. I now receive divine ideas. I now receive right opportunities. I now receive clear guidance. I am open to abundance in right and perfect ways. Again, I am open to abundance in right and perfect ways. Your subconscious mind listens to repetition. It accepts what you impress upon it with feeling, attention, and consistency. If for years it has heard, "There is never enough," then it has built habits around that command. If for years it has heard, "Money is hard," then it has looked for difficulty. If for years it has heard, "People like me never prosper," then it has mistaken a family story for spiritual truth. But today, you begin to give it a new instruction. There is enough because God is infinite. Money comes through right channels. I am guided to right action. My gifts are useful. My work is blessed. My ideas are valuable. I am not trapped in the past. Divine order opens the way. These are not merely nice sentences. They are seeds of consciousness, and as they are repeated with faith, they become inner law. Now we come to the law of correspondence. As within, so without. Your outer world often reflects the atmosphere of your inner life. If the inner life is filled with fear, confusion, resentment, and defeat, the outer life becomes heavy. But when the inner life is filled with faith, order, gratitude, and right expectation, the outer life begins to rearrange. This is not magic in the childish sense. It is spiritual alignment. A fearful mind often misses opportunity. A grateful mind recognizes it. A confused mind delays action. A guided mind takes the next step. A resentful heart blocks circulation. A generous heart allows good to move. So this morning, do not merely ask for abundance. Become the kind of consciousness through which abundance can flow. Sigh. I am calm. I am receptive. I am guided. I am grateful. I am ready for right action. I am available for divine increase. Now we speak of vibration. Every word you speak carries emotional force. When you say, "I am afraid," your body responds. When you say, "I am supported," your body also responds. Your nervous system listens to your language. Your imagination listens to your language. Your decisions listen to your language. This is why the spoken word is so powerful. In the beginning was the Word. The Word is creative. The Word gives form. The Word directs attention. The Word becomes a mold into which experience may pour. So speak carefully. Do not casually curse your day. Do not casually curse your body. Do not casually curse your work. Do not casually curse your money. Do not say, "I am broke," as though that were your name. Do not say, "Nothing works," as though that were divine law. Do not say, "I will never get ahead," as though you were writing the future in stone. Cancel those words. Replace them. Sigh. I am supplied. I am strengthened. I am guided. I am increasing. I am moving under divine order. Good comes to me, and good goes from me. I bless my money. I bless my work. I bless my home. I bless every right opportunity now coming into view. Now stand if you can, or simply sit tall. Lift your heart and declare, by divine authority, I now choose a new financial reality. I call forth right supply, right ideas, right people, right timing, and right action. Every channel that belongs to me, by divine right, is now opened. Every false obstacle is removed. Every fear is silenced by faith. Every delay is placed in divine order. My words are filled with power and peace. My good comes under grace, in perfect ways. Breathe. Feel yourself becoming steadier. This is not desperation. This is command through faith. This is not anxiety pretending to be prayer. This is spiritual authority spoken with calm certainty. And now, if you feel that your relationship with abundance has begun to heal, write in the comments, "I am reconciled with divine supply." Let that be your declaration. Let it mark the end of fighting with money, fearing money, worshiping money, resenting money, or rejecting money. From this day forward, money is placed in divine order. God is your source. Faith is your foundation. Gratitude is your atmosphere. Right action is your path, and abundance is allowed to flow. Now that your relationship with supply has been healed and placed in divine order, we come to the heart of the morning practice, the decree. A decree is not frantic speech. A decree is not emotional noise. A decree is not forcing the universe to obey the ego. A true spiritual decree is the spoken word aligned with divine intelligence. It is the word spoken from faith, not fear. It is the word spoken after the heart has become still enough to know what is true. Before you speak, breathe. Before you declare, become quiet. Before you command your good, surrender the anxiety that tries to control how it must arrive. Divine order is wiser than personal panic. Divine timing is wiser than fear. Divine supply knows channels you have never imagined. Now, close your eyes if it feels safe. Imagine a soft, golden light above you. This light is not far away. It is the presence of divine good. It represents wisdom, supply, clarity, protection, opportunity, forgiveness, restoration, and increase. See it gently descending over your head, your face, your shoulders, your heart, your hands, your home, your work, your bank account, your family, your future. Let this golden light touch every area where fear has been speaking. Let it touch every unpaid bill. Let it touch every old disappointment. Let it touch every business idea. Let it touch every job application. Let it touch every debt. Let it touch every hidden talent. Let it touch every door that belongs to you. Now speak. Divine light fills my mind. Divine order fills my affairs. Divine supply fills every channel of my life. I am not afraid. I am not alone. I am not late. The way is opening now. Again, the way is opening now. Now we remove the old blocks. There are 3 common blocks that keep many souls from receiving freely. The first is inherited fear. This is the fear you did not choose, but absorbed. It came through family stories, childhood experiences, economic struggle, arguments, warnings, losses, and repeated statements such as, "Money is hard," "There is never enough," "People like us do not get ahead," or "Rich people are not spiritual." The second is guilt. This is the belief that wanting a peaceful, prosperous, beautiful life is selfish or wrong. It is the fear that receiving more somehow makes you less spiritual, less humble, or less worthy of love. The third is scarcity identity. This is when lack becomes part of how you see yourself. You no longer say, "I am experiencing a financial challenge." You say, "This is who I am." And that is the illusion we dissolve today. You are not your debt. You are not your bank balance. You are not your family pattern. You are not your old mistakes. You are not the economy. You are not the fear that visited you. You are a spiritual being under divine law, and a new word can create a new pattern. Sigh, I release inherited fear. I release religious guilt about prosperity. I release the identity of lack. I forgive the past. I bless my ancestors and release their burdens. I honor what they survived, but I do not carry their limitations forward. A new pattern begins with me. Again, a new pattern begins with me. Let that become personal. A new pattern begins with me. You are not condemning those who came before you. You are blessing them by rising. You are not rejecting your family. You are releasing the fear that may have traveled through the family line. You are not dishonoring struggle. You are choosing not to make struggle your permanent home. Now declare, every cord connecting me to scarcity is dissolved in divine light. Every false belief about money is replaced by spiritual truth. Every fear-based word I have spoken is canceled. Every door that belongs to me by divine right is opened. Every right opportunity now finds me. Every right idea now comes to me. Every right action is revealed clearly and peacefully. I am free to prosper. I am free to receive. I am free to give. I am free to live in divine order. Now breathe deeply. Feel the golden light expanding around you. This is the cleansing of consciousness. When the inner resistance dissolves, the outer flow can begin to move more naturally. And as the flow begins, your part is to remain faithful, grateful, and obedient to guidance. Now we enter visualization. But understand this clearly. Visualization is not idle fantasy. It is not escaping your life. It is spiritual rehearsal. It is allowing your mind and heart to accept the good that divine order can bring, so that when guidance appears, you recognize it instead of rejecting it. Close your eyes again. Imagine yourself waking tomorrow morning in a state of deep peace. You are not rushing. You are not afraid. You are not checking your phone with panic. You wake knowing that you are guided. The room around you feels calm, clean, beautiful, and safe. Morning light enters softly through the window. You place your feet on the floor and whisper, "Thank you, God, for this new day. Thank you for divine supply. Thank you for right action. Thank you for the good that is already on its way." Now imagine yourself looking at your finances without fear. You open your account, your notebook, your business dashboard, your email, or whatever represents supply in your life. And instead of tightening with anxiety, you feel steady. You see evidence of increase. Perhaps it is money received. Perhaps it is an invoice paid. Perhaps it is an opportunity. Perhaps it is a message. Perhaps it is a new client. Perhaps it is clarity about what to do next. You do not feel shocked. You feel grateful. You feel as though your soul is saying, "Yes, this is the divine order I have been aligning with." Now imagine income coming through multiple honest, blessed, and peaceful channels. Your work is blessed. Your ideas are blessed. Your creativity is blessed. Your service is blessed. Your wisdom is blessed. Your words are blessed. Your connections are blessed. Your timing is blessed. See yourself paying what needs to be paid with calmness. See yourself saving with wisdom. See yourself giving with joy. See yourself receiving without guilt. See yourself walking through your day with dignity, not desperation. Say from that inner vision, "Thank you, Father, that I live under divine supply. Thank you that my good comes in right and perfect ways. Thank you that I am guided to the work, people, ideas, and actions that bless my life. Thank you that abundance flows through me for good. Thank you that I am a channel of blessing." Now, open your eyes gently. That vision is not something to chase anxiously. It is something to align with steadily. Now, we connect prosperity with purpose, because abundance without purpose becomes heavy. But abundance joined with divine service becomes joyful. Your prosperity is not meant to end with you. It is meant to move through you. As your life is blessed, you become able to bless. As your needs are met, you become freer to encourage, support, build, create, feed, teach, heal, employ, uplift, and serve. This is the higher meaning of prosperity. It is not merely more things. It is more freedom for right action. It is more capacity for love. It is more opportunity to be useful. It is more ability to answer divine calls without being ruled by fear. Sigh, my prosperity has a sacred purpose. My abundance blesses me and blesses others. I receive wisely. I give joyfully. I use money as an instrument of love, order, freedom, and service. I am a faithful steward of divine supply. Now imagine your abundance helping others. See yourself supporting a loved one. See yourself giving to a cause that matters. See yourself creating work that helps people. See yourself funding education, healing, food, shelter, beauty, art, truth, or spiritual comfort. See yourself living well without apology and giving well without pride. This is prosperity in divine order. It is not greed. It is circulation. It is the river moving, and a river that moves remains fresh. Declare, good comes to me, and good goes from me. I am part of the divine circulation of abundance. I do not hoard in fear. I do not spend in emptiness. I receive with gratitude. I manage with wisdom. I share with love. I trust the source that never fails. If this feels true in your heart, write in the comments, I am a channel of blessing. Let that declaration remind you that abundance is not only about your comfort, it is about your calling. It is about becoming a living proof that faith, right words, right action, and divine order can transform a life. Now we seal this morning prayer with gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful spiritual states because it announces completion before the eyes can see completion. It says, I trust the unseen work of divine order. It says, I do not need to panic while the seed is underground. It says, I believe good is moving, even before the evidence is complete. This is not pretending. This is faith. Faith does not deny the problem. Faith denies the problem, the final word. Faith looks at lack and says, God is still my source. Faith looks at delay and says, divine timing is still working. Faith looks at confusion and says, guidance is still available. Faith looks at closed doors and says, the right door is opening now. Place both hands over your heart again. Say slowly, thank you, God, that divine order is working in my life now. Thank you that my supply is being arranged in perfect ways. Thank you that right opportunities are being prepared. Thank you that right people are being drawn to me. Thank you that right ideas are rising within me. Thank you that every need is met under grace. Thank you that I am guided, protected, provided for, and blessed. Again, thank you that I am guided, protected, provided for, and blessed. Now, let your gratitude become specific. Thank you for the money that is coming. Thank you for the wisdom to manage it. Thank you for the peace to receive it. Thank you for the courage to act when guided. Thank you for the discipline to speak rightly. Thank you for the faith to continue. Thank you for the abundance that blesses my home, my work, my family, my service, and my future. Feel gratitude expanding through your body. Let it soften your face. Let it relax your shoulders. Let it calm your stomach. Let it steady your mind. Let it cleanse your speech. From this day forward, when fear rises, you will not feed it with careless words. When lack appears, you will not call it permanent. When delay happens, you will not curse the process. You will return to the word. You will return to faith. You will return to divine order. You will say, this too is being arranged for good. The way is being made. My next right step is revealed. Divine supply is active now. Now we establish the 2-1 morning practice. For the next 21 mornings, speak this decree within the first part of your day. Do not wait until fear has ruled your mind. Do not wait until the world has trained your thoughts. Begin early. Begin gently. Begin with authority. Each morning, place your hand on your heart and declare, divine order now governs my financial life. I am guided to right ideas, right opportunities, right people, and right action. Money comes to me under grace, in honest, peaceful, and perfect ways. Every channel of supply that belongs to me by divine right is now opened. I release fear. I receive wisdom. I speak faith. I act when guided. My good comes to me. and my good goes from me in blessing. My words are filled with power and peace. The way is made clear before me. Repeat this every morning, not mechanically, not fearfully, not as a superstition. Speak it as a spiritual practice. Speak it until your body stops resisting good. Speak it until your mind stops rehearsing disaster. Speak it until your heart becomes familiar with peace. After several days, you may notice small changes. You may feel calmer. You may receive a new idea. You may remember someone to contact. You may see an opportunity you had overlooked. You may feel moved to organize your finances, update your work, make a call, create something, forgive someone, or stop spending energy where there is no life. These are signs of inner order becoming outer order. After more days, you may notice synchronicities. A conversation, a payment, a message, a client, a solution, a new opening, a sudden clarity, a divine appointment. Do not worship the signs. Give thanks for them. Follow guidance. Stay faithful. By the 21st morning, the greatest change may not be the amount in your account, although supply may certainly appear. The greatest change may be that you no longer feel like the same frightened person. You may find that your words are cleaner, your mind is clearer, your intuition is stronger, and your relationship with abundance is no longer ruled by shame. That is prosperity consciousness. That is the beginning of a new life. Now, declare your commitment. I commit to speaking the word of faith for 21 mornings. I commit to divine order. I commit to right action. I commit to gratitude. I commit to releasing fear. I commit to becoming a clear channel for abundance and blessing. My transformation is not temporary. My new consciousness is being established now, and so it is. Dear prosperous soul, we have arrived at the sacred close of this morning prayer. You have awakened your word. You have remembered your identity. You have healed your relationship with money. You have released inherited fear. You have placed abundance in divine order. You have visualized your life under grace. You have connected prosperity with purpose. You have sealed your decree with gratitude. And now you walk into this day differently. Not louder, not desperate, not anxious, but steady, clear, blessed, guided, supplied. Stand if you can, or simply lift your heart. Receive this final blessing. May your mind be filled with divine ideas. May your words be filled with faith and peace. May your home be filled with harmony. May your work be filled with opportunity. May your hands be filled with usefulness. May your heart be filled with gratitude. May your path be filled with right action. May every door that belongs to you by divine right open in perfect time. May every false burden fall away. May every fear be dissolved. May every channel of honest supply be blessed. May you remember that God is your source, divine order is your law, intuition is your guide, gratitude is your atmosphere, and love is your purpose. Now, speak your new identity. I am prosperous by divine nature. I am guided by divine intelligence. I am supplied by the source that never fails. I am a magnet for right opportunities. I am a channel of blessing. My words create peace, order, abundance, and right action. My life is under divine law. My good comes to me under grace in perfect ways. The way is open. The way is clear. The way is blessed. And so it is. Carry this into your day. When fear speaks, answer with faith. When doubt rises, answer with gratitude. When confusion appears, ask for guidance and wait in peace. When the next step is shown, take it. Do not underestimate the power of one morning word spoken in faith. A new life is often born quietly, in the first light of day, when a soul decides to stop repeating the language of fear and begin speaking the language of divine order. So today, speak carefully. Bless your money. Bless your work. Bless your body. Bless your home. Bless your future. Bless even the place that still feels unresolved, because blessing is the beginning of transformation. And if this prayer has awakened something in you, write this declaration in the comments. I speak the word of faith, and divine order now opens my way. Write it with intention. Speak it aloud. Let it become the seal of this morning. Your abundance is not far away from you. Your good is not lost. Your way is not closed. Divine order is already working behind the scenes. You are guided. You are supplied. You are blessed. And from this morning forward, you speak as one who knows. The way is open, and my good is coming now. Amen.